Assalamu alaikum, this is Nadeem Ahmed. I welcome all of you in English grammar class. The topic that we are going to cover today is active passive of imperative sentences. In our previous classes, we have learned how to convert from active to passive or passive to active when sentences are assertive sentences and when sentences are interrogative sentences. I mean, when they are the questions or they are the positive statements or negative statements, when they are these statements. But today our focus is on imperative. So as we have already discussed in our classes, but let's have a refresher that what are the imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are sentences where you make a request, order, or suggestion, advice, right? So any sentences where there you are making request, order, or suggestion, you call them imperative sentences. So for example, if I say, okay, please write a page for me, please please help me. So these sentences are making a request. You will call it imperative of, okay, and the category is request. And similarly, if I give you command, okay, I say, okay, leave my room at once. So I'm giving you command, I'm giving you a request. So not request, command or order. Okay. And then if let's suppose I give you if I try to tell you like this, okay, sleep earlier, okay, get up earlier. So this is sort of a piece of advice I give you. Studied 8 hours a day if you want to prepare yourself for CSS examination. So this is going to be once again advice to you. Okay, obey your parents, take good care of your neighbors. These are all the suggestions and advice. So if the sentences are like this, so you have still a choice either to use active voice or passive voice. So you can go for the both ones. Uh, so let's learn that how can you convert when sentences in active to passive, imperative, and how to convert if it's going to be reversed like passive to active. In our previous classes, we have learned that there are two types of verbs. Hmm. One is a transitive verb and one is an intransitive verb. In transitive verb, action is passed over from agent to theme. Agent is the performer or the doer of an action, and theme is the receiver of an action. So normally people also label it as a subject and object, but in active and passive wise, as we had discussed earlier, that we call them as either active or as an agent or as a theme. So uh, if let's suppose your verb is transitive, it's still in other sentences we learn that we have to change from active to passive if it has theme. Okay, but if there was intransitive verb in interrogative and assertive sentences, we didn't change them from active to passive. Okay, but here you will learn that even intransitive verbs will be given also treatment, that they will be changed from the active to passive wise. So let's see how is that. Okay, this you can see over there. Okay, you can look at the structure. Active wise, verb first form, and then there is a theme. Okay, similarly intransitive verb, there is verb and then there's an adjunct or possibly complement. It can be both ways. So how can you change that one? First look at the examples. The first example that you can see is like say water. Say water. Say verb is a transitive verb. In imperative sentence, remember whenever I'm just writing, I normally begin with verbs first form and I don't write agent. But remember, agent you is implied or understood in your imperative sentences. So when I say water, it means you save water. If I say come here, it means you come here. So save, you is already agent there, and it's saving is passing action from you to water. So when I'll be changing it into passive voice, I have the options that I can change it into with late, like you can see here, late plus theme plus be and then verb third form in passive voice. So if you are following the first formula, you will be okay using like this one. So if it is like save water, what should it be the answer? Let water be saved. And if I don't want to use, for example, transitive verb treatment to still transitive, I can give that one intransitive verb treatment. If I want to make it more, if I want to make it lighter, so I can say you are requested to save water. You are suggested to save water. So I can use these verbs, okay, with it when I'm just putting you are, and then the sentence or the verb is giving. So like you are requested, you are advised, you are suggested, you are warned, ordered, command, told, allowed, etc. There are so many verbs according to the sense that you can use. Unless then you will be using verbs V2 form, V2 infinitive we call it. So we put to and then verbs first form, and then you have to use theme. Okay, so like save water can be you are requested to save water, or you are requested, you are suggested, you are advised to save water. So that is a treatment that you can give to transitive verbs. Both treatments can be given, like it can be late with late, and it can also be with you are requested or something according to the sense. But intransitive verbs, remember, if it is verb is intransitive, means it's not passing over action from agent to theme, then we will only follow the second rule, that is with you are requested or you are suggested, ordered, something like that. Okay, so we will not give the treatment of late here. So like it's a wait for me, so I cannot say waited for you. It will be wrong. So what I'll say, you are requested to wait for me. You are advised to wait for me. You are told to wait for me. So transitive verb will take the treatments both late and also you are requested. That is structure, and plus your intransitive verb will only be treated in this way. Okay, now in imperative we can have also negative sentences. In first example we were asking people to do something, but here we are asking people not to do something. Okay, so we are stopping someone, we are prohibiting or forbidding someone. So when you have the negative one, like you can see here, the structure, don't waste the water. Okay, if it is going to be don't waste water, so we are stopping people not to do something, we are prohibiting people to do something. So then there are the two rules once again. As I said, it can be both transitive and intransitive verb. Okay, so first look at the transitive one, how you are going to treat it. Don't waste water, for example, that's a sentence. So you will say, let water not be wasted. So you are putting let, then you are putting theme, not, be, and verb third form. And still you can also use the don't in the opening, like don't let water be wasted. So don't, let, theme, and be, and plus verb third form. So if you are going to give the treatment to a negative imperative of late, so these are the first examples, that's the rule that is going to be applied. But if let's suppose your sentence is going to be what should I say, intransitive verb, okay, it's not a transitive, so you have to follow this structure. Like if I say come here, now you will not say don't let me come here, that will be wrong. What should you say? Okay, if I say don't come here, if the sentence is that don't come here, so I'll say you are advised not to come here, you are warned not to come here, you are suggested not to come here. Okay, and if let's suppose I want to use the verbs like prohibited and forbidden, so if I'm using forbidden and prohibited, okay, so then I'll say you are prohibited to come here, you are forbidden to come here. So in that way I'll be using not negative not, because forbid or prohibit is giving the negative sense. So you can see the examples like don't waste water, let water not be wasted, don't let the water be wasted, you are told not to waste water. And intransitive, don't wait for me, you are requested not to wait for me, or you are prohibited to wait for me. So in this way imperative sentence can be changed from active to passive and passive to active. For this I have left an assignment on Google Classroom. Just go and watch it and do practice more sentences. Okay, till the next class. Okay, Allah Hafiz. Take good care.